four foundational members of this 100+ year tradition in this conference. We can't wait to build and move on together. That's one of the exciting things about this, is that there are 6 like-minded universities, all want to ascend, all want to build something special, and we have that in front of us. So with that, I'm happy to take questions.
What was your reaction like when you found out this was officially happening? It was a done deal, because I know it's been a long year.
It has been a long year. I would say the first reaction was relief that we'd finally got it done. So many pieces to bring together to get that done. So many decision makers that have to come together. So relief and then excitement.
How long has this kind of been playing out for you? How long have you known this?
Well, we started in earnest a parallel path of all sorts of options a year ago, obviously. This became more crystal clear over the last several weeks.
You said the other institutions are like-minded. How do you believe that they are like-minded in your case?
Their investment in the student athlete, their desire to play at the highest level, and their collaboration in just the last few days has been wonderful.
Given the costs involved, why not do a complete merger?
This was our best and highest opportunity. The brands that we've included in this process, their success from academics to on the field, all rose above and gave us the chance to build something really special.
And adding other schools, Scott, how important is the regional aspect, or would it be a good thing to have outside the region?
Yeah, in terms of who we add and how, what I'd say, Kerry, is that there are no limitations. We'll go after the best.
Is that limited to 2 or could it be?
We think it's anywhere between 2 to meet that NCAA minimum 8 to potentially 4.
What do the next few months look like in terms of figuring out how this all unfolds?
Yeah, it's a lot like the process we use to bring these foundational members in that the criteria will be very similar. We've already started in earnest with our first meeting yesterday to look at the landscape. There is great interest in this very early stage. In terms of timing, I would love for us to see this wrapped up as soon as possible, but certainly we want to get it right. These are long-term, historic decisions that we're making, and we'll take enough time to make sure we've got the right new members. But the sooner that we can move forward, the better.
What was it like just the last few weeks kind of keeping this under wraps and not knowing what was going to happen?
I was actually very surprised that it was able to keep under wraps the way it did until the leak the night before. Really proud of everybody involved, as you can imagine, between presidents and general counsels and other people that had to be in the know. There were a lot of people that were in the know, and to keep a lid on it as we did was a testament to everybody involved.
Use the word timing to have it today, to be able to make this announcement this week on this platform. Can you just describe the significance of what it means to be able to do this today?
Right, and I wish I could say it was all orchestrated to be this, and certainly that was a hope. And to do that, to be on this platform, the nation is watching. To have this in front of us is just optimal, and we're really appreciative of it.
Scott, you talked about the parallel paths that you guys were on. Was it hard to let go of maybe the hope of joining an existing Power 4?
You know, those, as you move through and you start to progress and see where the doors are open, you just gravitate towards that. And so as this became more apparent, it became more exciting to all of us, and that was our tunnel vision.
What kind of commitment is there? Is there a time frame on that, or granting the rights?
Yeah, we do, and we'll share terms of the deal, but it's a long-term grant of rights. Everybody is buckled in and committed for the long term.
You said in your letter that the days of being humble are in our past, I believe was a quote. What did you mean by that, and sort of what does that look like?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
You said in your letter that days of being humble are in our past. What did that mean for you, and what does that look like going forward?
Yeah, I appreciate the question, and what I meant by that is that we need to let the world know how good this university is, and we can do it in a measured, very sincere way. But what we've tended to do in the past is not talk about it. not put ourselves out there to share with the region and the nation how good this institution is. And so from that standpoint, being strategic about how we talk about that is important.
From the beginning, you guys have been adamant about, keeping the Pac-12 together and forming something new. How does it feel to, obviously there's more work to be done, but how does it feel to achieve that?
Great. Feels great. This 100-year tradition and history alive, and it became so clear as soon as that announcement made. If you see what's going on in the city of Boise or the city of Fort Collins, San Diego, the excitement around those communities about being part of this brand, it tells you again how this brand has been beloved and honored for so many years. So to keep that alive and to see the enthusiasm of the communities that are now joining is really special.
Do you know if any other teams have come forward in the past, 48 hours to express interest in joining the Pac-12?
Bunches.
Bunches.
Yes.
What will be the criteria, or what will be the priorities when you do look at those teams?
A lot like what we've looked at this first round, right? So it certainly, we talk a lot about brand and valuation, really important, of course, but academic and athletic success is really critical in this process. We look at culture and geography to a degree. All those things combined to sort of give us a decision matrix, if you will, of how to move forward.
What was the general feedback or reaction from your coaches about the move?
Excited about a clear path forward.
Is football a requirement for future members?
Yes.
The 4 schools that are coming in, 2 of them don't have baseball. What do you see for the future of Oregon State baseball?
Yeah, so, any even the Pac-12, we had deficiencies, right? Whether it was wrestling or gymnastics, and one size doesn't fit all. So what we do is we move ahead and we build around that so that we're in a good position. Remember, we've got 2 to 4 more schools to get, and we'll absolutely be leaning into a national schedule in addition to that. So we've got an opportunity to not only move from an independent situation to where we're scheduling the entire, but to add national high caliber games to a core conference schedule. I think there's great opportunity there.
You know all too well that conferences are driven by TV deals. At this point, what are you guys looking for in your next TV deal?
We're looking to advance the brand. We're looking for an opportunity to create distributions to our conference members and a platform to continue to grow on.
How hopeful are you that this Oregon State game can continue beyond?
One of the challenges with conference realignment is the disassembling of regional rivalries, right? And when you think back in college athletic history and the popularity of college athletics, it was built on rivalries. It really was. And so from that aspect, and by the way, a little bit of common sense, or 45 minutes down the road, to be able to play that game in every sport, where it fits, we want to look at that. And Rob and I have talked, and we'll talk some more.
Trent Bray said at his press conference earlier this week that a big reason for keeping the rivalry game because of playing Oregon and Oregon State, that rivalry is on a national stage. How close do you feel like the Pac-12 conference is to being more so on a national stage now that this deal is done?
We've taken a great step forward in that regard. The brands that we've added to the ones that we share in Washington State and Oregon State puts us on that stage.
Have you guys had any conversations with television partnership?
Just socializing concepts, nothing official.
With the desire to scale the conference to 8 to 10 teams, will there be an intention to change the conference's name back to Pac-8 or Pac-10?
No, we love the brand. You think about some of the other brands out there. I don't think there's one conference that actually has the same number of members that the name is. So but we want to keep the brand. We think it's valuable, and we'll lean into it.
Going forward with this new reality of this new conference, what changes within the athletic department funding and programming might be necessary to fit this new reality?
Yeah, no, look, we've got to continue to build, and right out of the gate, look, there's a new landscape of college athletics. Let's put conference realignment aside. This new world that we live in demands that we reinvent ourselves in terms of revenue streams how we conduct business, our ability to adapt to the changes. So we have challenged ourselves to really reinvent ourselves as it relates to the business enterprise and our revenue generation in all aspects.
You don't anticipate having to lose sports to fit this new?
No, we will not be losing sports.
Scott, can you just talk about the money aspect if you can? What's the conference looking for in terms of revenue from a television partner? Has there been any talk about that at all? And
yeah, we wouldn't be able to share terms with you on the dollars, but I do want to say this: when you think about the foundational group that we have now and the potential of who we may add, we feel great about going out to the marketplace and commanding a really good deal.
Are there any possible names you could share that you guys are maybe having conversations or are possibilities to add?
No.
Is there a timeline on when you'll have to make a deal with 2 more teams at least?
Not a timeline, but again, I'll go back to I'd like to see this move as quick as possible. You know, I think John Wood said it. Let's be quick, but don't hurry. Get it right, but it's in our best interest to move as quickly as we can.
How crucial was this move in terms of recruiting?
It's huge. This last year, our coaches have done a wonderful job of leaning into who we are and focusing on what hasn't changed, and that's the special place that Oregon State is in this athletic department. But now they can crystallize a future for those recruits, and it certainly helps.
Scott, you guys don't have Oregon on your women's basketball schedule this year. What were the reasons for that? And are you guys can hopefully continue that rivalry?
Was that a question about women's basketball in Oregon?
Yeah.
So I gave everybody the opportunity, other than football, we renewed that deal. I gave all of other sports an opportunity to do what they want to do with that. And a lot of it becomes strategic in terms of what they have, how young their roster is, many things. Moving forward, we'd like to try to play Oregon in as many sports as we can. Why? Because it makes good common sense.